Welcome, parents. So for those of you who missed curriculum night, hopefully your child has brought home this worksheet. But if in case you wanted some more information about what I said and what I went over while you were there, or while you weren't there, this is what I went over. So you can follow along on your sheet, and I will go over some more points because this is just an outline of what is going to happen in class. Okay, first are our student goals. Our student goals is that students will be working with the District 200 curriculum, which is based off our Common Core state standards. So we use the same state standards, Common Core state standards. We have some that are upgraded from other grades. So I will be going over some 7th grade Common Core standards. But we will be going over the Common Core standards in our own order, and we will be going over those. Students will be working individually and in groups, so you will see them or hear them, hopefully when they come home, talking about them working in groups and individually. And they will be responsible for demonstrating their knowledge of the curriculum through various forms. So we'll have a lot of tests, obviously, but there'll be other ways that the students can show how they understand their material and a lot of activities that we'll be doing in class. Okay. Our classroom dynamics. This is going to be a big part of change for different lecture classes than some of you may have done when you were in school. For our class, students will be working inside and outside of class. Okay, and during class, I typically will only be instructing the student or lecturing the students for approximately 15 to 20 minutes a day. Now, different days will have different time limits, but this is on average. Okay, so it's not going to be the old time where I'm lecturing for 45 minutes and the students are just taking notes the whole time. It's going to be a lot more of them doing work in class than a typical math class might be. So about 15 to 20 minutes of me lecturing per day. Okay, the other 20 to 25, 30 minutes during class, the students will be working on their own work time. Now, this time can be done individually. This might be done as groups. It might be practice problems. It might be them coming up when creating problems. So there's going to be a variety of things that they're going to be doing within this 25 to 30 minutes. But there's going to be a lot of student work time in class, which is going to give me the ability to walk around and work with students, talk with students, and try to figure out what they know and what they're struggling with as they're working. Okay, I can't quite get that during lecture. During lecture, they could be looking at me, shaking their head. Yeah, I get it. That doesn't mean anything. So this gives me an opportunity. To work with them on that. Okay. In order to prepare for this type of lecturing and working together, students will be expected to watch videos before they come to class. And then those videos will be available for them to watch after the lessons also if they have any questions or they want to watch them again to review. You are also welcome to watch the lessons with them so that you know what is going on in class. Okay, now I will be going over what is in these videos, but they need to watch them first so that they know what I am doing in class and what I am working on in class. Okay, the videos will require internet access, so if you have trouble with that or any issues with that, let me know, and we'll find alternate ways for them to see the videos, whether it be during school hours or if we need to put them on a DVD or something. Okay, the resources that they'll need to use is the big part is my webpage. You will need to know how to get to my webpage. Students need to know how to get there, and it'll be a benefit if you know how to get there too. Okay, and I'll be going over that with the students, so hopefully they'll show you that. Okay, this will be a place for you guys to see what the assignments are, so I'll post the assignments and also any digital copies of worksheets that I have in class. I can put that on there. Some worksheets I cannot put on there because they're copyrighted, but if I come up with most of my worksheets and I write them myself, if I have those, I will post them on my webpage. So if they need an extra copy, if they forgot at school, they didn't do it and they want to do it late or anything like that, then they can do that and they can print off a copy anytime. So that's an option for them to use. Okay, my classroom expectations are pretty simple. Be positive, be punctual, be proactive, and be respectful. What does that mean? Well, positive, I want everyone to have a positive attitude. Everyone will learn in my class. Everyone can learn in my class. And I want them to know that they can learn in the class. Okay, be punctual. That means be on time to class. That means get your assignments done on time. Get things done on time so that we can move forward in class. I don't want to be waiting and trying to get people caught up with stuff that isn't they're not understanding thing. We need everyone to get things done so that we know where we stand and I can be moving forward in class. Be proactive. This is a big one for the students. They need to make sure that if they don't understand something, they need to tell me. I will interact with them as much as I can during that 25 to 30 minutes during class, but it is pretty easy for a kid who, especially if they do well typically, to kind of get around and say some things that might let me know that they understand it even if they don't. So they need to be proactive. They need to let me know what they're struggling with so I can work with them. Okay, so that is very important for them to come to me. I will help them as much as I can, but if they are willing to come to me, that'll save us a lot of time. And then fourth, be respectful. Okay, obviously we do not want any issues in class. We want to be going forward. We want people, again, to be positive, nice to each other, moving on. That's the respectful part. Okay, grading. Homework will only count for 10% of the grade. So I will give homework almost every day, but at the end of the quarter, that is only going to count for 10% of the grade. So they could not do one homework assignment, ace every test, and they would get a 90% in class. Okay, now that typically does not happen, so hopefully that's not the habit that they get into. So the homework is going to be 10% of the grade, and I'll basically grade it on a completion grade. Did they do it or didn't they do it? They get a point if they did it, they don't get the point if they didn't do it. Okay, I always encourage them and I always expect them to go back and do that homework, okay, even if it's done late. They need to do that homework because it's the tests and the quizzes which make up 90% of the grade. So if they're not doing their homework and they don't know what they're doing, they're going to fail the tests and quizzes, which means they're going to fail the class. So we need to make sure that they're working on the homework. The homework is not graded for accuracy. It is purely graded on do they do it. I go over all the homework in class, and I'll go over the answers, and I'll help them through it, and they can check all their answers at any time to make sure that they've got the correct stuff. So it's very important that we go over that. Okay, the tests and quizzes are graded on accuracy, and they're expected to do on the tests and quizzes what I have told them to do in the videos and in class as far as the expectation. If I tell them how to solve a problem a certain way, they need to solve it a certain way. Okay, we will have two types of problems. We'll have problems where they're working on specific skills, so they have to show me in a specific manner, and then we'll have problem-solving questions, which problem-solving means they just need to show that they can solve a question using any technique that they have learned or can think of on the spot even sometimes. So we have two types of questions because we need to work on skills, and we also need to work on problem solving. So we kind of merge them together, but what I tell them to do for those different things, they need to make sure that they demonstrate that they understand those skills that match our learning targets that we go over in class. Each day I'll be given learning targets. My tests and quizzes will have those learning targets on there that they need to master. Okay. If a student is absent, well, the videos and stuff are going to be great. They need to watch the videos. They can check out the homework. If they are able to do anything, if they're not too sick, they need to get as much done as they can. Obviously, they get extra time to work on things that were sick. They get time to make it up. But as much as they can get done in class, everything I do in class is also going to be available online. So they should try to complete as many of the assignments as they can when they come back to class so that they are not too far behind. Remember, they'll have 6 academic classes. Okay, so if they fall behind on all 6, it takes a long time to keep up. So if they can at least stay up with me, then that narrows that down a little bit. Okay, so that is kind of the overview of what's going to go on this year. If you have any additional questions, feel free to contact me at any time and with my email address. And have a great night, and thank you.